on a couple of these. It's almost like they know that people are annoyed when they post all these shout-outs, because these, so far, following So Innocent Parent, all I've seen is shout-outs for other pages. I don't even see their own posts. They say on some of these shout-outs, this other page doesn't post shout-outs. I know how you're annoyed with this page posting shout-outs, so follow this other page that doesn't post shout-outs. What they do post is just boring-ass memes. The most boring memes you could think of. To me, it's obvious that Couples Note and So Innocent Family and a couple of these others are all owned by the same person, because they're literally just copying and pasting these shout-outs. And it's probably they're just shouting out their own pages to spread the wealth, but not really spread the wealth, because they're just, all the wealth is theirs. Whatever. This person has a lot of money. I don't know how much. I honestly don't know how much, but I know they have a lot of money, because they're not just doing this for fun. They're not doing this because they just like the attention. They're doing this because they can make money on it. And if you don't believe me, let's go to LOL Admits page, the page I've hyped up quite a bit. Now, the first thing you'll see in their bio, they're the funniest posts on Instagram, credits go to respective owners, and biz DM. So we're going to address all three of those points. Number one, funniest post on Instagram. Who remembers Kim Possible? Do you remember Kim Possible? The show? Can we all just take a moment? And then it's a picture of the Drake and Josh cast, but like a few years later, after they stopped filming the show. Who else remembers this episode of Drake and Josh? A lot of just nostalgia so far. And then it's Drake and Josh, they're in the movie theater, pretending to be Amish or something. I think I remember that episode. Yes, to answer your questions, yes, I do remember Kim Possible. I do remember Jake and Josh. Jake and Josh. Jake and Josh. That's the future. I wouldn't be surprised if Jake Paul and Josh Peck in the future created their own online series called Jake and Josh, but we'll see. Alright, so I think we can cross funniest posts on Instagram off the list. Now let's move on to credits go to respective owners. This is something that a lot of these meme accounts that steal people's memes, they'll say, oh, DM for credit or whatever, but this person didn't even say, like, DM for credit, just that the credit, without even, you don't even have to ask, it will go to respective owners, which I'm gonna go ahead and dispute that 100% now, because I am not skipping a single one of these. I don't see credit in any one of these. So we can cross credits go to respective owners off the list. And the last one, Biz D, one more thing before we get to Biz DM. Interesting that the other page that was giving them a shout out said this page doesn't do shout outs, because their three most recent posts are, you guessed it, shout out. You gotta follow at I'm High Dude. Follow Emoji's Journal for the meaning. I gotta follow Emoji's Journal because I gotta see what this emoji means. I've been using this emoji before, and have I been using it wrong? I don't want to be wrong. Follow in 2 seconds to get accepted faster. Only accepting the next 50. It's like I said, it's this illusion of exclusivity. You want to be a part of this club, you better hit that follow immediately and don't even stop to think about it. And then here's one for Epic Daily Jokes. Who are these? How are there this many meme pages? I'm only scratching the surface here, and they're all private. It's amazing. As I'm making this video, I'm discovering more about what this video is about, and I love it. We've already debunked the first 2 points that they try to make in their bio, so let's get the last one. Biz DM. Now, what that means is, if you have any business inquiries, as in you want to give this page money to get some sort of service in return, DM them. Now, this morning, I had the idea to message them and be like, okay, how much for like a page shout out? Because that's what it seems like you're doing here. No response yet. I'll let you know if that changes. So as of right now, I can't tell you how much LOL Admits is making from this Instagram page, which I remind you, all of these Instagram pages are only posting memes that they get from other websites. I'm perfectly supportive of people who make online content making money off it, but these people don't make content. They make money off other people. If this doesn't infuriate you, you're not thinking about it correctly. I've gotten into this argument before online. I think it started on Twitter with accounts like Common White Girl and Dory, and you know, if you've been on Twitter, you understand parody accounts. You see them on Facebook, you see them on Instagram, and I think they're dying out on Twitter. But it's these accounts that only steal other people's tweets and jokes and memes and stuff, and they profit off it, while the people who make the stuff don't make any money. And I don't think it's necessary to come up with an analogy for this, but that's what I will do, because that's how my brain works. Let's say, rather than you're the person who made some video that someone else stole and is indirectly profiting off of, let's say you work at like Dunkin' Donuts, right? and you just worked a 10-hour shift. You worked all day, you're tired, you're just physically exhausted, but you feel good because you worked all day, you're ready to go home and shower and go to sleep. You make $8 an hour, so 10 hours, $8 an hour, that's $80. I feel good. That's going to go towards my my paycheck, which I'll get this week. You're feeling good, right? And you're about to clock out, and you're saying goodbye to your manager, and then some guy walks in, and he's like, actually, hold on, if I may interrupt, I was the one who worked all day. And you're like, that doesn't make any sense, right? And the manager's like, I don't know, let's hear him out. And you're like, what, are you kidding me? And the guy's like, come on, you can trust me, right? And you're like, no, I just met you, why would I trust you? And the manager's like, I don't know, he seems pretty trustworthy. And then the guy's like, well, if I didn't work all day, then how come I'm wearing your uniform? And then you look down and you're just wearing normal clothes now, and he's wearing your uniform. And you're like, how did you do that? When did you switch our uniforms? And the manager interrupts, and he's like, I don't know, he's got a point. He is the one wearing the uniform, and you're just wearing normal clothes. You shouldn't be behind the counter. You're not even wearing a uniform. And you're like, but I worked here. I worked all day with you. You saw me work. And the guy in the uniform that he stole from you is like, I mean, come on, who do you trust? Some guy who's illegally behind the counter, or some guy who's wearing the uniform, right? I've got the name tag, it's your name, but the manager doesn't care anymore because for some reason he's siding with this guy, and the manager's like, you're right. Now that I think about it, I don't remember whose face worked all day, but I do remember that uniform worked all day. And you, sir, he's pointing to you now, you need to get out. And then so you get fired, you get sent home, and you don't get the $80 that you earned that day, rightfully, because you worked on it. And the guy who came in and who somehow stole your uniform, gets all the money and credit. It's something like that. Does it make sense now? Or was that completely unnecessary? I love analogy. If you still are siding with the meme accounts whose only work that they actually do is taking screenshots and copying and pasting, then let me show you what it's like to deal with these people. That these are not likable people. For the most part, these are shady people. Like, if your intention in life is to steal other people's stuff and make money off it, you're probably not a very good person. And that's been proven with the couple of interactions I've had with people like this. So I need to move the camera because I didn't take screenshots, but I have these DMs from like a year ago since LOL Admits I didn't want to reply. I would like for you guys to be able to enjoy my beautiful paint art without me having to turn the brightness down so much. Anyway, this was March 2016, so this was like a year and a half ago. And I want to paint this in a light where, and you might even side with him, because I did get pretty pissed pretty quick. So I sent him my post, and I was like, you posted my video without giving me credit. Please tag me in it or delete it, thank you. That's what I used to say, but then they'd always just delete it. So then I was like, tag me in it. And I've learned that if you do ask politely, for the most part, they do. I don't think that makes them good people because they're still profiting off other people's content, but, sometimes they'll just quickly give you credit and be like, thanks or no problem or whatever, and like, it's fine, that's the whole interaction. But this one, you gotta understand, this was at midnight. The irony is, while this guy's making a bunch of money, I'm working my ass off. I used to work for a set installation company, and that sounds weird, but our entire business, it was like a 5-man operation. Our entire business was just to install local news studios. So we travel around the country, and I usually be gone for a couple weeks at a time, like 10 days or so in one place. And the set was already built, and it was shipped there on a truck, and we would put it together. It was a lot of manual labor, carpentry, and then I learned how to wire like LED lights and stuff. But it was very long days, right? Because it's like, the longer we're here, the more money needs to be spent on us being here. We'd try to get there like 7:30, and we wouldn't leave until like 8 or 9 p.m. sometimes. I think the last day we left at like 2 a.m. And not only that, we were staying at the MGM Grand of all places, which is like the biggest hotel in the world, or one of the biggest hotels in the world. And our room was literally as far away as it could have been. It was like a mile walk to get from our room through the lobby, through the parking garage, to our car, to drive to the studio, work like 12 hours,